Introduce yourself, like briefly.
KEZI Leo or KEZI Leo. I am a Ugandan artist. I'd say upcoming, but I hate that. Yeah.
First rising, we should prefer that.
First rising.
Yeah, like you're in your steps like to the way up.
Yeah, I'm a Ugandan artist. I was born in Masaka. Yeah, my real name is Katwele Leo.
Katwele Leo, with an L, with an E, with an R.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend called Taremwa, so sometimes, because of that site, I feel like writing an R at Taremwa, but it's Taremwa. So yeah, Katwele Leo, right? How did you come up with your stage name? Like, is there any particular story behind it?
Leo is my name.
Yes.
KEZI was at first I was called KEZI. It's KEZZIE. Then I switched it to KYZ. Yeah, that was my first name. I actually wanted to keep up with that, but I rebranded to KEZI because when I signed up with this label, we wanted to start afresh, other brand new artists, and we chose to go with that name. Like,
so from KEZI to KY,
it's still all pronounced the same way.
Yes, but the spelling is different.
Yes.
How would you personally define your kind of music, the kind of music that you make? If someone told you to describe it to them, how would you? Is it make love music, or like how do you describe your type of music?
Most of my music, the music that is out, has been love music. Yeah. But I do not want to describe my music according to what I usually sing about, because I tell stories in my music, and I've always tried to tell the emotion of it, the love bit, because I feel like that's what the market wants, and it is easier to do. You get?
Yeah.
You can't come up and sing about motivational stuff when you're also still struggling.
True.
You get?
True.
Yeah. But I prefer to describe my music through the genre. I'm trying to create my own sound. I expose myself to many sounds. I listen to reggae, I listen to Afro pop, I listen to hip hop, trap, and I try to just come up. I also listen to Ugandan music, Kadongo, Kama, and classics and whatever. So I just try to come up with my own sound. I just want to sound different, something that sounds beautiful to people. Yeah.
Something that's really you.
Yeah, that's good.
So, talking of your EP, take us through the story behind your EP, Zaddy, and who wrote it, the production and everything. But first of all, the name Zaddy, like, why choose Zaddy?
So, I'll be honest about this. I struggled looking for a name for that EP because it was a compilation. So I came up, I finally chose to name it Zaddy because my EP is a story. It is a story. It's a love story. From Attention, the first track, to the last track, Catching Feelings. Now Attention, you're asking for girls' attention. Then there is Perfect Song. There is To Be Calling. Catching Feelings with that dancehall vibe. But from all of it, when you look at it, I'm just, the reason I chose that is like I'm trying to vibe this woman, and I want to be. I want to be your daddy.
Yes, sir.
So I made it sound, sweet, like we're just saying Zaddy EP. You get? Because it's just a love EP or something like that. Like
yes,
I'm trying to be
So you're still telling me it's a story of it's a love story, right from getting the girl's attention
to now vibing up by saying she's a perfect song. You get like I'm the right man for you, and then there is To Be Calling of like right now, yes, we've made it. Maybe the money is around, like all the things I promise you.
Yes.
Make that. You get that? And then feelings, I'm just telling.
The other time you told me that that's a vibe.
Yeah.
Was that inspired by your own personal love story, or it was a fictional thing of how it could have been, like in an ideal world?
So now the thing is, I told you before that this EP is a compilation again. So all the songs that were made, every song that I write, most of them are usually inspired by some event in my life, or like for Feelings I just wrote, and for To Be Calling it was a vibe in studio, but for Perfect Song and Attention it was an inspiration. I wrote Perfect Song in 2015.
Wow, so it's been kept in For 5 years.
Yes, I wrote Perfect Song in 2015. I recorded it 2 years back.
That's 2018.
Yeah, 2018. I recorded it. 2018 we made the beat, we recorded, then we re-recorded again, and in 2019, and yeah, I had it for all that time again. I wrote it way back.
No, it's a perfect song because you had to keep it till you kept, you know.
Yeah, I kept improving it, trying.
Yes,
I had like 3 versions of it, and then I had to choose the best. You get so like I can't say that there is something that really inspired that EP. That's why I'm saying it's a compilation. Yes. But the songs individually were inspired by different occasions. I just decided to put them together because they were fitting perfectly into the story I wanted to tell.
Do you believe that your fans or your listeners they have an influence on the type of music you make, and if so, to what extent do people listen to you, and are your fans, your friends, to what impact or to what extent do they have an influence on the type of music you make?
Yes, I believe my friends and my fans have an impact on the music I do, because I do music that I'd love to listen to, but I'd also love people to listen to it and love it. So my music journey has not just started. Due to the bit of me rebranding and changing my name, I had to put down my very first project, but it's still there on Audio Market, because you would like to listen to it. And if you listen to everything I've done, I've tried to cater for like a different audiences and that is why even on that EP, Perfect Song is so perfect for Ugandan platforms and but to be called or attention is so urban. You get so like I know at the point I realized that I have these people, like people from where I'm from in Masaka who wouldn't want to vibe to the English. You get
yes.
So I have to do something that they would love. You get, but then I also have these people who want to vibe to the urban, to that modern stuff. So yes, my fans have an impact on that. Every time I'm compiling, I have to make sure that
keep them in mind.
You're
Masaka people and you're uptown.
Yeah, exactly. You try
you're uptown party people.
Yes.
That's interesting. Speaking about family, what is that take on your music? And what was that perception like when they found out you were into music, or what was that like?
So when I was starting to do music, I used to just talk about it. I used to just talk about it. And then I just decided, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me not ask for anyone's permission. Let me do it. And when my family listened to it, they loved it. My mom is like, you are really talented. She of course just gets a bit mad about it. It's like, you've not been earning from it that much yet. So her issue is I've spent so much money into it,
but the returns
the returns are not yet there. And I have been also, I'm at school, I'm a software engineer, and I've been kind of earning from that field.
Software,
from software, get employed gigs and all that, do it. But I've still been investing into the music. So that's the only thing that makes her mad. But she's like, your music is actually really amazing. My dad is like my number one fan. Every time we meet her, he's like,
my guy, do you have a demo? Do you have,
Exactly.
I think that's really beautiful, because most times there's always that struggle of the parents have this perception about artists, or even just about normal hair. They always have that thing of how people think, blah blah blah. But to think that
for even with a bit of appearance, that's why I don't have plaited hair because I know my mom would should talk a lot about it, but then of course over time she would accept. And then the bit that I've been trying to juggle towards the software world, you're trying to get a job and people are biased. You can't just go in there with dreads and shit.
That's very true. I don't know why they really have to.
I don't know why.
Those guys see pictures of Jay-Z. Like the guys, those guys see
hair is just your appearance. It doesn't really reflect who you really are.
Thank you.
That's what I've always thought. But yes, my family is okay with it.
Yeah, I love the fact that your dad is your number one fan.
Yeah.
And your mom has been a driving force.
Yeah, and then also my siblings, every time I have some new song out, they'll post it everywhere, they'll share it everywhere. Even if it's just a blog post. They are proud of me.
That's really beautiful. because sometimes you find there's this struggle of you see everyone in a family, everyone is in their world, but the fact that even when someone is in their own world, they fix time to really give each person that attention, that support, that ear, because once you have family on your side, the rest rarely really matter, because these will have you back always, yeah. Right now, I'm hoping you have a favorite track of a project, given it's been around for some time, because I understand it came out in December 13th, around that time, 2020. So I do believe you have a favorite track of it. And which one is that particular song on that album that you feel it reached your heart and like, man, I did this song?
Well, of that project, of course, I'd say Perfect Song. Yeah, I love that song. I love it. Like, I listen to it and I'm like, yes, I did this. Then there is Attention to those two tracks, and if all goes well and I get money for visuals, I'll shoot for both. Or for one of the two.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting, because most times when you tell an artist what's your favorite song, they always keep that question of, but you see, like, these are my babies. But there's always that song. There's always that song
about like, you always have a favorite in every way. Like, it doesn't matter, because even in our field as software engineers, you work on projects, but you have a favorite. There is that project you're really proud of, like, I did this.
It's like how do they call it? Your master what? Each time they think about, let's say, they think about Leo, they're like, oh, the guy made this. Like, it's your masterpiece, right? Yes, I believe it's always there. It's just that people...
And the reason I chose Perfect Song is when I was composing it, I composed a couple of beautiful songs as well. And people used to love those songs way more than this. They're not released yet, of course. It was around the same time period. You get?
Yes.
And the song has kept evolving, kept growing. Like,
from 2015, right?
Yeah, from the first time when I wrote it, I knew, that this is it. You get? And I want it out. Like, in my mind, I knew the sound I wanted. So I took my time on it. And people kept saying, it's good, that kind of thing. But like, in my mind...
As you feel like, this brainchild of yours is still not yet ready to be put out.
Yeah. And then when it came out, people are like, okay. You get it?
Perfect song. Any live performances registered yet? Have you performed anywhere before?
I have had a few performances, but really nothing historic.
Nothing historic.
Yeah, nothing historic.
Software engineer, you in which year?
I'm in my final year.
Actually, I have a friend doing computer science. He's also in final year. Man, that project thing really stresses you.
Yes.
It's actually it's harder than the rest of the. But
actually, to me, I'd like to differ. I'd rather make projects than go to class and do coursework and stuff.
Because with projects, you're allowed to use your brain and
because I don't know, like,
creative. It's barely 3 months into the year, and like, since the album, the project came out, the EP. So how soon can we expect? How soon can you people expect a new project?
So that will really depend on my level. Like, personally, when they like me to drop a new project, they want to first have a few things in, so that the next project is way bigger than this. But I've already compiled my project. I've already composed the songs. I've already set up, meetings with the producers and all that. And we just need the funding, and then we go ahead with it. But I'll be featuring on a couple of projects pretty soon before actually releasing my next project.
Actually, nice.
Yeah, because it can be a one-man battle.
Yeah, true.
You somehow get exposed to way many people through collaboration.
And that person's audience.
Exactly. So that's what
you tap into them, and actually, very true. Because last year, realized most of the biggest songs were collaborations. Yes. Look at Work, look at Mood, look at Holy, look at Nobody, Job Boy and Ho. Basically, the biggest songs are always collaborations in most of the years.
Yeah.
Collaborations are very important for like everything, not just even music. When it comes to film, you find that maybe the sound is good at script writing, another is good at lighting, another is good at. So collaboration is really
I always had this theory that I shouldn't be like it's not good to know everything. It's always good to be good at something, but then surround yourself with people who are good at other things that you need.
Yes.
I've had opportunities to like learn production and all that, and I've learned to a level, but I always would prefer that if someone is there and they chose to do production alone and they are really good at it, let me just combine with them. So I do the composition, I do the singing, the vocals and everything. They concentrate on their craft together. We come up with magic. You get that's me. I love working with people.
Actually, that's very true. That brings us to the fact of my team. My team is something very important for anything. Even these biggest artists, they have teams. Because as an artist, your team should be similar. Maybe also handle your social media where you can. But with the team, they will handle your promotion. They will handle. Like basically, the team is there to make sure. Like, okay, let's assume we have a performance. They have to make sure they arrive there earlier than you, so that they prepare each and everything that is necessary, so that you have a smooth delivery of whatever you want to deliver in that place.
Yeah, so that you concentrate on what you have to do as well.
What you do best, which is music. Speaking of new projects, who are those two artists that you really look up to, and if all factors were constant, would love to work with someday?
So okay, it really depends. I don't have specifically only two artists.
You can give me as many.
On a Ugandan level, I'd like to work with Maurice. I'd like to work with Kenneth Mugi. I'd like to work with Vinka.
My man.
I'd like to work with Mugi, really talented. And I'd like to work with maybe Zaddy because of his production.
Yes.
Really good. Oh, I liked Mudra.
The guy of Moyayu.
Yeah, like I really liked him. Like his composition, the way he comes up with the anthems and everything, and the fact that he has been around for a while, that he has been writing for other artists and big songs and everything. But then of course there is my crew. I'd like to work with so many people. I want to actually get to a point where I just do collaboration.
You could actually think of a project whereby it's strictly, for example, I can give you this guy, Ed Sheeran, in 2019. Actually, he had that album called Project 6 Collaboration, something like that. It was only with collabos, Chance the Rapper, Travis Scott, JB. So it was strictly collabo. LMA. So because with Divide of 2017, he was solo, like only him. So you could actually, it's a good concept.
Because me, I feel like my craft, like the way I'd like my discography to be is in a specific way, like the way I'd be comfortable with that. But I'd still want to tap into these other people's genres, and for that to happen, it's best through a collaboration. You get so you work with them and you try to express yourself in their way, but then you come back to your vibe as well. You get,
and when they two find a perfect combination, that's a very good mix.
Exactly.
So what is KEZI Leo out of studio like? Any hobbies, of course, besides software engineering? Because I think that's like a job.
It's like a job, but I enjoy of course learning. I enjoy learning new tech. I'm a tech geek, really. Of course, I'm not a gamer, but I play FIFA, those things. I play the guitar. I love watching movies. I love traveling. That's
how are you missing basketball in your list of activities?
I tried and I flap at it.
No,
I failed at sports.
You got a sausage on the hand. You know that thing whereby the ball you're trying to score and then
I just lacked
both get disfigured.
I just failed at it.
Serious, like I think almost every person I talk to, they have basketball somewhere. Like that's what I was waiting for. Like basketball, yeah.
No. I tried. I played it in my O level for a while. I was even on some, my house team, the junior team, but I wasn't good at
things. Jam.
They just failed.
Going back to the year 2020, how did you cope with the shock and surprise that they have brought, and what impact did it have on you and your career?
The
pandemic and
the COVID,
everything.
Actually, I look at it as, okay, a lot of bad things, of course, happen around the world, Financially, maybe I was affected too. But I look at it as a turning point in my life. A lot of things happened. You know, it was a time for me to go back. Life was moving so fast. You know, you're about to graduate, you're in third year, and you're having all these courses and everything, and you're trying to handle music, and it was really stressful. So it happened at a time when I needed to step back and rethink my life and come up with a better plan. You know, so those 3 months of not doing anything, you know, I was home, I improved my coding skills, I improved my writing skills, I wrote a few more songs, I replanned my life, you know. That's when I even rebranded and changed my name.
Okay, I was going to ask you, was that the time you met the person on Stretch Hold?
That's when we actually also signed the deal during that period, you get that? So it was a long stretch. It was a turning point to me. So I feel like it affected me both positively and negatively, but mostly positively. Yeah.
Actually, so how did you meet the people of Stretch Hold? Because I understand it's based in, is it Kenya or something?
Yeah. So I did that song, Patricia, and Patricia pushed it.
Yes.
Yeah, and
just like this guy of, is it Orezi who did Rihanna?
Yeah. The way the story of Patricia is weird. I first did a song called Cover You with Flip Type, and then he told me that there was a lady called Patricia in Kenya who liked that track so much, and she pushed it. And he was like, we should do a song called Patricia. Then I was like, oh, cool. Then he made a beat. Then we composed something, and it was that kind of thing again. And then sometime he called me like, yo, just come to the studio. I've worked on some beat, and he sent me the beat, and then I composed on the way to studio in the taxi. So we went there, and it was just a vibe. We recorded the track. The whole night. In 2 days, it was out. We pushed it. She liked it so much. Stretch Hold, they liked it. They pushed it. People loved it everywhere. And that's when we started talking.
Actually, because I was going to tell you, like, when you spoke for your Spotify, it's not there. But then I remember the rebranding bit of it.
Oh yeah. So when we rebranded, because we were changing my name and everything, we had to put all that music down. But I left it on my audio mark.
Audio mark. So that's why, the whole KEZI from the start to now is like.
Yeah. So basically, just go to my audio mark, look for KEZI or my past music, like my very first project, and it's all there on audio mark. And it was on YouTube, but I put it down. I wanted to only put it up in case I left a few songs that had a few videos, whatever. If you go on YouTube, there is a song with Cavalli King. Yeah, those are the ones I left. But yes.
What was the biggest lesson that year taught you, 2020?
I don't know. It just growth, patience. Like, we are always in such a hurry to live. You get, like, we want to be rich so fast. We want to be successful so fast. We get so focused on the goal, we forget that the journey is all part of it all.
Yeah, true.
You get that? Yeah. So it taught me that bit. Like, I was so depressed and sad that I am not achieving my goals, that I failed to notice that I can only achieve my goals through small wins.
Yeah, small. A step at a time.
A step at a time. Yeah. So that's what 2020 taught me, and it also taught me to be diverse, Like, everything I've wanted to do, you can do it. Like, you're not too old or too young for success. Yeah, that's it.
Now with the new year, what should the people want? KEZI, your addicts, how do you call your fans?
I hadn't got
because so what should they look forward to, like, this year, like?
So this year I'm going to have a couple. I believe I'll have one or two more EPs. However, I'm going to do a couple collaborative projects. I'm going to be on a couple of features. All I can promise people this year is I'm going to be on a couple of great songs.
You're going to be on a streak.
Yes, that's right.
The music scene in Uganda is quite challenging. What would you say has been your driving force, like, to keep going? And
now, the Ugandan music scene.
It's quite challenging,
It's challenging and depressing and annoying.
Yeah.
I gave up on it.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, there is so much politics. There is so much politics. I gave up on trying to understand it. I decided to focus on my craft and to try and push online. Yeah. Because Ugandans have this I'd say it's a bad habit of they do not usually appreciate a lot of good music until it is appreciated elsewhere, and then they own you as part of their own.
Thank you. That's how there's this actor called Daniel Kaluuya. I think he's in
US.
Yeah,
and
all of those British countries, and we always be like our very own. But the government here doesn't support their arts and everything.
Thank you.
They wait for people to thrive and they're up there. Same with Michael Chimanuka.
Yeah.
That guy plays soul, and
he is such a good person. Like, he has featured on great, albums. He has been on movies. His music has been on movies. And
Brit Award nominations.
Yeah, exactly. But Ugandans, and the point is this: at the end of the day,
just wait for then we tie on them.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, Uganda. Okay, I love my country. I honestly do love my country. Yes. I've always dreamed that, even if I get so much money or whatever, I'd like to live out my life in my country because it's such a beautiful country. But Uganda is not the best place for creatives. Yeah, it's not the best place. If you really want money, like, people come up, they do so much good music. It's all over the scene, but the money is nowhere to be seen. Example is that Kachumbali song. I don't know if he is earning.
Yeah, he is.
He probably is. But imagine if he blew up in a country like Nigeria.
Man, would be like in 4 million streams plus.
No, first leave even the bit of the 4 million streams. Do you see when Rema came and blew up and he had shows all over Africa, he was being recognized out there.
BBC Radio 1
and all that. Yes.
Apple Music, actually.
Apple Music. You get like him, African rising star.
Exactly.
Like
Billboard too, like Billboard magazine.
Exactly. You get
everywhere.
Everywhere. Omale came out of nowhere. That's how much those guys appreciate creatives and how much they push them.
You don't have that system of...
And so right now, there is so much to change about the Ugandan industry. But I'm not focused on that. Maybe in the future, I'd love to, have a hand in that to make sure that it's better. Right now, even my label, as they were promoting me, they were aiming at, we are pushing towards Africa.
To Africa,
yes,
continent-wide.
So you can push in Uganda how you wish, but we are pushing continent-wide. And that's my aim.
So your driving force has been to push beyond borders.
Yes, but of course, for that to happen, you have to have a fan base. That's why, of course, I try to cater for my people here. And I know this is going to take longer. There could be a possibility of my music being, because I was getting streams of my last EP by people in America, people in Russia, people in Nigeria. You get? Yeah. And very few streams in Uganda. People in the UK were streaming, but very few streams in Uganda. You get? Yes. And now that my driving force is get that market. Uganda will recognize it either way. I'm proud to be Ugandan. I'll shout it everywhere. Even though I blow up out before I blow up in Uganda.
When you're giving a speech,
I'll be like, I'm from Uganda. Because I love my country that much. But yeah.
If you're a music instrument, which would you choose to be?
I don't know that question. About the music instrument. I love the violin. It's so sweet. And it's so calm. And it's so hard to learn.
That's what I was going to add. Very complex to learn and figure out.
Yeah, and but I like to be the guitar.
The guitar.
It's just, You
said violin.
Yeah, I like the violin.
Oh, second to a violin is a guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Second to the violin is a guitar.
And finally, if you could meet your younger self, what piece of advice would you give them?
If I could meet my younger self, I don't have honestly, I don't have any regrets. If I could meet my younger self, I'd just let him be.
Yeah, like,
because people be like, if I could meet my younger self and tell them to do this, do that, learn this, learn that. But it was all worth it. The failures, the low times, the high times, the wins, the losses. It's all a part of you building yourself.
Puts up to person to become.
Yeah. So if I could meet my younger self, I'd just let him be.
So internationally, who have you been listening to?
I'm not specific, but I listen to genres mainly. I used to listen to artists a lot, but now I listen to genres. I like Alter Cruise. I don't know if you know that genre. What's it made of? It has Thames, of course. Thames, the type of music
Thames makes. Oh, the likes of HER.
No, HER is not there.
They're almost the same. Like,
yeah, they're almost. But if you know of Santi, do you know Santi? Do you know Odonsi the Indian? Like, those guys have come up with a whole new genre.
Yes.
And they have their own market, and it's going to be big. And if you realize, even Omale, he's doing that genre. You get, like, there is a new sound.
The way it's tied to Afrobeat.
Yeah, they tie it to Afrobeat, but it's more of outer grace.
It's like as if you're talking like. That's what they should call them alternative artists, I think.
Yes, alternative artists. Yeah. Because it's like, doesn't have a name yet or whatever. And that's what I want to do. Like, you come up with this weird new good sound that people can't deny. Like, I love this sound, but what the hell is it? You get it? But I listen to a lot of reggae, and I love Chronics.
Chronics.
I love Chronics so much.
What's your favorite song of that game?
Loneliness.
Thank you, loneliness. Thank you. No.
That track is a game.
I think
so
very many collab legends. Okay, on our album, I know like each album, you always pick favorites. I think I loved Legends, and then I Know Love. Know that I Know Love. And then Loneliness. Majesty was good. It's good for dedicating to a chick. Majesty. But Chronics is good. It's good.
On the album, I like Loneliness. I like Ghetto Paradise. I like Country Boy. I like
Somewhere. How about Somewhere?
Somewhere wasn't on the album, but
it was a bonus track. Wasn't it? Okay, maybe the person gave music, had it in that folder.
Yeah, but Somewhere was a single way before, but Somewhere is so beautiful. Oh my god.
I know you want to go.
Like, this guy's music is, plus he has inspired, he brought up Coffee. Like, when you listen to Coffee, you feel Chronics in it. He's that good. He's that good. I like him so much. And then Holy Birds.
I don't know Holy Birds.
You don't know Holy Birds?
Okay, the point is, I listen to artists. That's why.
Do you know a song called Love and Reggae? No. I just wanna smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae.
No, you don't.
You don't? Please go and check out Holy Birds. You like him? Most of the the reggae legends, I follow them up. Of course, Damian Marley. Bob Marley. Like, I look up so much to them because reggae is a genre that is not supported by any major label, but it has survived
all the years, right?
All the years, because it is purely it's culture.
It's a lifestyle. Like,
it's a lifestyle, and they try so much to make righteous music. You get, like, they live their music, that and that mesmerizes me a lot. So me in my vibe, if I'm happy and all, it's
reggae, and I'll take
Alter Cruise.
Cruise.
Yeah, I like it because it's daring. It's new. After this, you should check out Santi. He recently changed his name to Crowell Santino. Check out a song called Rapid Fire. A song called what's it called? Rapid Fire. He has a song with Odilsi. I'll just show you the playlist. But the other reason I like it is because when we're starting music, there is a crew I'm affiliated to. It's called Zagang, and we were daring to almost do the same thing, and we are still daring to do the same thing.
The guys of Eli Litman.
Yes, the guys of Eli Litman. If you listen to their latest, I feature on it as well. And you listen to that music, like these guys are Ugandan, but it's different. Like Eli Littman is going to come through with his Chinyankole rap. You get
sure.
it's so brand new, it's so different, but it's good. You get like you listen to it and you're like, this is weird, but I like it.
You rewind.
Yeah, exactly. You listen to Kavalik, you listen to Omani Rain. Omani Rain raps in Uganda. She's so good at it. You listen to Mion. He's doing this old hip hop rap. You listen to me, my voice in there. You listen to some guy called Bugachi. You get like everyone, Levi, all of them. It's a different sound. It's urban sound. It sounds good, but it is our own sound in a way.
You can't like say you can compare this to this.
Yes,
they're the same. Well, this lady sounds like Swan. So.
Yeah, like and more kids have been trying to do it. Mark Mick has been doing it.
Also Bantu vibes.
Yeah, Bantu vibes have been doing it. You get that's all literally like alter cross. It's alternative. Like has no specific genre. You could say it's hip hop. You could say it's R&B. You could say it's world music, but it's literally alternative. You know.
And actually, that wave is beginning to really get there.
Yes, it's a new wave. And it's going to catch. Like,
because I listen to Cohen JC, it's good.
Yeah, if you know when this kid was coming up, Nigeria had the same beat to every song, and then he came up with "Holla at Your Boy," you know, a different sound. Then Davido came through, followed up. You get, and when you listen to Wizkid even right now, he's also actually switching to that vibe. He has a bit of grime, a bit of R&B. Like when you listen to No Stress.
No Stress.
She got all
she needs some. Actually, that was my favorite song on that album.
Yeah.
Then Ginger.
Like it's when you listen to Banner, he came up with this sound. It took us a while to adjust to, but right now no one. Like we are like, yes, bro, you took that, and that's what I like. And like I like people who come up and express themselves differently, because music is supposed to keep evolving. It's not supposed to keep.
It's not about fitting in, but rather you do your own thing.
You start
the world adjusts.
Yes, the world adjusts. Because right now, I swear, I the first time I listened to Banner's song Angelina track, I didn't on the law. I didn't feel it. Like I was still trying to adjust to it, but then because it was so good, it caught up, and then you go back and you get reintroduced to his old music too, and then now you start understanding it again. I like, oh my god, this is a whole new sound, and it is his sound. And African sound is getting better. It's like true. I'm a piano man. I'm a pianist. Yes. Do you know how big Jerusalem that song got?
Really big.
Like so big all over the
3
world.
3 billion Shazam. It actually was among the most Shazam songs last year. It had 3 billion Shazams like worldwide. Man, like I read the rest of this. I'm like, man, like Moto normal. That's 25 by the Moto.
Yeah.
But like the song blew up. But I think it's like it comes back to that point you talk of. Like being true to your sound, because South Africans have never tried to change for anyone.
Exactly, that's the thing. Because you love your sound so much. Have you ever found someone? Before I never used to listen to reggae, but then I had a friend who would listen to reggae, and they would enjoy it so much, and you're like, I want to feel how they feel. You get so you give it time, and then you understand it. Like this person pulls you into their culture. You get, because we can't listen to the same stuff all the time.
Yes.
You get, we want to keep adjusting. We want to keep like that's it. Our brains get bored so easily. You get, so if someone comes up with their own sound, singing what they feel is right to them, and somehow it catches a wave. When you listen to Kid Cudi, he came up with his sound, and it has led to so many rappers, Lil TJ, you know, all those emotional rappers. This guy who, the guy who died, not Pop Smoke, the other guy who died, not Juice. Even Juice is among. X was also there. Juice WRLD. All those guys were, you know, motivated by this guy. Because of Kid Cudi, he came up with his sound, he did it. Kanye also did it. He revolutionized it, you know, sound. And that's what I want to do. That's like, I listen to people that I feel like are doing that. Again, like why are people, Thames comes through with a song, Try Me. I don't know what genre that they are like.
Trust me, it felt like she was talking.
Yeah. You listen to Rema the first time he came, he's mixing trap with Afro beat, with his own sound. He's saying words that don't make sense, but somehow you still understand what he is saying. You listen to Omale and it's way different as well. Like such sound mesmerizing. You're like, yo, this guy is really good at whatever he does. I've not heard it before and I love it. And that's it. That's it for me. I'm just always on the lookout for such artists.
Yeah, like for new guys, because I like the point you raised though. We can't listen to the same thing all the time. For example, growing up, we used to listen to the Eagles production and what, but sound evolves. Right now, I don't even listen to, like, we have over 15 genres plus we listen to.
Yeah.
But those days we just had bands, strictly band, and a few. Otherwise, man, it's been a good one. It's not to be 30, but
yeah.
My God, I want to start editing this. So good.
Okay.